I watch guys like Conor take the loss to Nate.
Yeah.
Why did that loss did not nearly affect him like Ronda's loss affected her? Right.
Well,
why is that? It actually made him, I think, more popular and a better fighter.
Well, the thing that you have to give him full credit, whether you're a fan of Conor McGregor or not, the thing you have to give him full respect for is the fact that he wanted that fight again immediately at the same weight. And he just got choked. He had to say uncle in front of everybody. He's a proud dude. So for him to step back in there, and if that would have happened again, it would have been devastating for him.
I think so,
So for him to put himself back in the line of fire like that is something to be said.
But that's what you want as a fighter, especially when you've been stopped, when you've been taken out of your element and made to quit.
Yeah.
Then you want that challenge again because it's like, no, I'm supposed to be better than that.
I'm so happy you didn't follow up after that uppercut. I'm sorry. We fought.
Why do we have to go back to that?
I just like to break his balls. We fought in 2001, and he dropped me with an uppercut. And I always break his balls because I was known for my jiu-jitsu, and he got right on top of me, and he jumped out because he thought maybe I was going to get him in something. I had birds around my head. I ended up getting up and winning a decision, but I like that.
We've been talking about this for 30 minutes now, Theo. And
I like to break his balls.
You want to fight again, Matt?
No, I don't. Listen to me. I will never give you a rematch. I have that win.
That's it. That's it. You can't go back in.
He's a buddy. I like to break his chops.
You're supposed to. But when I see with like the way people like handle their loss, that kind of to me that's everything about life. That's what's kind of what I'm watching now in the fight game is watching the way people like the way Dom, I've known Dom forever. The way Dom with Garbrandt, with
Dominic
Cruz, the way that's kind of going. And then it's interesting right now. I think fighting, as crazy as it sounds, I know everybody's like, oh, there's no superstars and it's all this and it's all that. It's like I think it's better than it's ever been because it's wide open right now.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I think there is superstars. I think there's people that put on performances that are amazing. But it's funny you said that because the great Ray Longo, my trainer, he often says, he goes, the cage is the truth. Like the ring is the truth. Like there's certain guys that how they act in there, taking cheap shots, doing this, doing that, or it's how it just is like a projection of how they are in life.
In reality, in real life. And
it is crazy.
You get to, especially as a fighter, in the gym, in a fight itself, you can see a guy and you can know exactly who he is. Like you said about Conor, the fact that he took that loss and wanted to get back out there, you see, that tells me who that guy is. Yeah. You can take all the talk and all the
at that weight class too.
At the same weight. It's like, let's do that again the same way we did it the first time.
He's not saying let's go lower, let's go this. And I think that listen, from all the guys I know, all the guys, and I've been friends with Uriah and all those guys for a long time. Who they are usually outside of it is usually what you're seeing. Inside, from what I've seen as a fan looking, and as a friend. But at the same time, it's kind of changed a lot because what people are starting to see is, if I'm more verbose and loud, if I'm this, I might get more money. I might get more recognition. And you're watching people maybe become who they're not.
That's a good point. But it either works or it doesn't. You either have that it factor or you don't.
That's true.
And that's a rough thing because you can't. Yeah, there you go. A lot of people can't. And no matter how loud they get, it's not going to be the same as Conor doing it. There's certain people that just stand out. Ronda, they could say, oh, she's not a good sport or she's this or she's that. Hey, man, she had that it factor. She still does. Yeah. I mean,
but she's always been like that. She didn't change who she was. She walked to the ring that way. That was her entrance. This is who she was. That's who she was in interviews. She didn't change who she was. It just got exposed by a better fighter, and then everybody went, oh, but this is wrong and that's wrong. It's like, but she's always been like that. You can't knock her. You didn't knock her when she was winning all the time like that. So that's the big difference. So. But again, I think it's the most interesting time in every division right now.
And you still watch?
As much as I can. If my son, I watch every single one.
Yeah, no, it's rough when your kid's that small.
I just missed the only 2 events I've probably missed recently. When I say I miss it, he might be in my arms. I didn't see it live. I'm on Sportacular. I'm on the UFC app, like literally watching Korean Zombie. Oh, he just came. He just won. Okay, that's great. Or BJ. Oh, okay, I didn't want to see that. This, and it's like stuff like that. So, but I watch every single event. I'm excited for for what's going on right now. I'm excited to see what happens in the heavyweight division right now.
You know, it's funny. A fight that I don't know if you're familiar with. Well, you know the champ, Stipe. Right?
Of course.
Yeah.
One of my, I've known him. I met him when Chris won, when Weidman won. I don't know. I think they're in the same camp, or they were friends.
Yeah, very friendly.
Yeah, very friendly.
Yeah.
So that was the first time I met Stipe. I knew he was lethal with his hands from.
Yeah, he's a dangerous dude, man.
Especially
But
at heavyweight to have
JDS,
that wrestling.
yeah, but I love JDS.
I love Junior.
Yeah, he's fighting.
Man, I love him.
Junior De Santos
Throws kicks like a lightweight. You know.
on May 13th.
Yeah.
It's going to be in Dallas, Texas. That's wild, man. That's a wild fight.
It is because
No?
you look what JDS has been through
Yeah.
in the last couple of years and everything that he's been through, that if he wins, like he was great when he was the champ. He's like a great champ and he's that guy. But again, how long do you sleep on Stipe? He keeps knocking people out.
I mean, Stipe's...
He has a diverse skill set at heavyweight also, though. I mean, there's not a lot of heavyweight grapplers, but his wrestling that counteracts guys like Verdum and those guys there. But his striking is really on point, and that wrestling skill, that wrestling set that he has, that's the biggest, most important part, I think, to MMA.
I mean, he looks so much smaller. He looks smaller than everybody.
He looks like a
but
220 pounder.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, I believe this one's going to be decided on its feet. I can't see these guys looking to take each other down. And not to mention, Junior...
JDS is hard to take down.
And he doesn't look to, excuse me, to really put his opponents down.
Yeah.
He likes to...
With his hands.
I mean, dude, the guy took out Mark Hunt on his feet. That gives you some confidence.
His
Not to
kicks
mention-
are crazy too.
Man. No. Listen, he's a dangerous dude. That's a great matchup. That's a fantastic matchup.
I was wondering if that was going to be the matchup, because there was other ones that they could have set, but it's a great fight. I'm a huge Kane fan. Kane's my son's named Kane, K-A-N-E. Yeah, I'm a big Cain Velasquez fan.
Oh man,
that's a fight that I'm really excited to see one day. Kane and Stipe.
Well, I was so happy.
Yeah.
I remember he was just recently he was supposed to fight Verdum again, and I was really looking forward to that. Do you see that fight, Verdum versus Kane? And it was painful for you. Are you that much?
No, I mean Kane, that whole high altitude thing, and I mean.
No.
He's Kane I think is one of those guys. I almost say it like John Jones. It's like he won't get beat unless something happens. Like him as a fighter, like he's gonna beat himself. Yeah. Somehow I've always felt that way. I've thought he's had.
Let me listen. There's talk about the altitude because we never saw Kane breathing heavy ever.
Never.
That was what his biggest.
He was known for his tank before anything.
But I will say that as far as matchup goes, stylistically. Verdum's now Kane is a worse matchup because for probably the rest of the whole division, but Verdum I feel is the worst matchup for Kane, if that makes sense to you. And because Verdum is good at neutralizing his strikes. He showed that he could stand up with him and that he could actually take his punch. But the biggest thing with Kane is that he has volume. Is if it's not working standing up, he'll burn these big guys down because he'll get them down. Yep. Verdum doesn't give a crap about getting taken down. You're going to put him down, he'll fight it off a little bit and then just go down. Where when he's on his back, he's like a 135-pound jiu-jitsu guy.
How much still defending?
Yeah, and how much do you think that has to do with his camp and like him training with DC and like how much does that have to do with that? Because his wrestling skills and like getting taken down and his like he doesn't ever get taken down. Right?
Kane,
Kane never gets.
Maybe in the gym.
Yeah, how much did it have to do with who you're training with?
Well, I believe the thing is I think Verdum's a hard guy to train for as far as. With his style, because big guys don't move like that on their back.
Yeah, and it's very hard to get someone that size to bring someone in the gym that can mimic that.
Even if they could do it standing up, he's so good on his back for a big guy. Probably like a guy his size, I can't really think of somebody else that moves quite like him on his back. I mean, he really moves like a little guy. I mean, look at the guys he finished off down there. Notably, is Fedor. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's dangerous down there. And the fact that he's so comfortable down there takes away one of Kane's most dangerous tools. Is just getting guys down and working them over. Even guys that are good in jiu-jitsu, like Bigfoot. Yeah. He'd get them down and just start beating them up from half guard. Can't do that. He can't do that with Verdum.
It's different.
That's why I was so interested in seeing that fight again. I was so bummed out when it got...
This is still going to be a pretty... Like I said, I think with the heavyweight division, it's kind of wide open right now. There's a lot of good fights there. I mean, obviously, we all know... The situation in the light heavyweight division has got to somehow work itself out at one thing. I'm a big Rumble fan, but regardless of anything, I'm just a huge John Jones fan. I just think, like, technically, watching as a fighter, when you watch a guy like that, it's almost like a freak. Like you're watching him and you're just like
John Jones.
Yeah. The elbows, the Gustafsson fight was like one of the most exciting things I'd ever seen.
That was exciting. I saw that. I was in I don't know what I was doing in Toronto, but I remember watching that in a bar in Toronto, being, whoa, man, this is like, because that's the first time a dude's like, man, giving him hell.
Gustafsson is one of those guys, man. He shows up for like a fight like that, the fight with DC. I really expected John to walk through him. I kind of expected DC to do the same thing wrestling wise. But then Gustafsson just shows up, and he's a difficult guy to deal with.
I mean, Anthony Johnson took him out, but
that was not a problem.
But Rumble Johnson is probably the most dangerous fighter in the opening seconds of a fight in the whole
because
UFC.
you're going to get hit.
The whole UFC,
because
he's so explosive. I mean, I don't know if he's been on the VersaClimber. I don't know. I don't know if he's doing the Empire State Building stairs. He gets winded sometimes, but
his strength.
Oh my goodness! No, he's blasting people.
Yeah,
and that guy used to fight at 170.
Yeah.
Anthony Johnson.
We spent a summer together in Pittsburgh working on that movie Warrior. Myself, him, and Nate Marquardt. We trained together.
Were you in that movie?
Yeah, only for a second. You needed like a DVD player and a pause button to see me.
Could you take a picture of that and send it to me? I want to know.
Tom got jacked up for that movie. He was in some shape.
A lot of people, Dana didn't like that movie. I liked it. I thought
me
it was
too.
good.
It was a good movie.
I thought Frank Grillo was good. I thought everybody was good in that movie.
It was
you know why? I think the reason I liked it so much is because it's hard to do MMA right on screen.
Yeah.
Boxing, we've all seen Rocky. We've all seen him 100 times. You can over-exaggerate those punches, and it's like everybody's getting hit 100 times, where if that was real, they would be out and have concussions and be whatever. And Creed, I think, still did that thing where the punch sounds. It's hard to do that in an MMA movie because the guys would be rolling on the floor for half of it. If a guy gets tagged, he's out usually.